Иоанн Влад, воевода и господин, пишет господство ми, приятелем господства ми, прагарем от Брашев.
Johann Vlad, voivode and lord, my lordship is writing this to my lordship's friends, the citizens of Brashov. This was an actual quote from a 1470s letter by Vlad III Cepes Dracula, the voivode of Wallachia. The language of the letter is Old Church Slavonic. Hi, this is the History and Mythology channel, and today we talk the differences between Dracula and Nosferatu. The followers of our channel know that we've already made a video about Dracula. Vlad III the Impaler, or Dracula, was the famous voivode of Wallachia who fought heroically against the invading Ottomans right after the fall of Constantinople. His bravery made him a national hero in Romania, but his cruelty made him the anti-hero of some late medieval accounts of his life. In 1897, English writer Bram Stoker was inspired for his iconic Gothic novel Count Dracula by this medieval historical character. The great warrior of the Carpathian Mountains, who ruthlessly impaled his enemies on sharpened stakes and enjoyed a good feast accompanied by the last gasps of his agonizing victims, was transformed into a pop culture vampire. Menacing, sinister, blood-drinking, and sexy as hell. Even before Dracula became the antagonist of a modern book, vampires were already fashionable. The Vampyre, an 1819 story by John Polidori, an 1872 Carmilla novelette by Sheridan Le Fanu already told about the blood-sucking fiends. Together with Bram Stoker's Count Dracula, the main characteristics of the edgy Victorian monster were established. Vampires are mysterious. They feed on human blood. They definitely prefer the blood of innocent young girls because, of course. Vampires do not always but usually come from Eastern Europe. Vampires tend to be of noble, well, blood. They're rich. They're proud. They wield some magic. The sun is not great for their skin if you get the meaning. They like the dark. They hate and fear Christian symbols. They're physically strong, and despite being undead, they're inexplainably attractive. All of this is still the mainstream image of a vampire, so films and books about these creatures of the night keep making money. In a way, vampires are not just bloodsuckers, but money suckers as well. The new 2024 film by Robert Eggers relies on all the well-known tropes. Plus, it's a tribute to the 1922 German Nosferatu film by Friedrich Murnau. Back in 1922, Germany was in a pretty poor condition after having lost the First World War and paying large reparations to victorious France and Britain. German director Murnau wanted to make a film based on Stoker's already famous Count Dracula, but held no rights. So he kind of changed the story. He called his vampire a Nosferatu, probably derived from Romanian nosuferit, Nosferat, or Nosferatul, a night walker or an enemy. Murnau's blood-drinking monster was once again an Eastern European undead nobleman, appearing during night in order to kill an innocent young lady, but his name was changed to Count Orlok. There are other differences between Bram Stoker's Dracula and Murnau's Nosferatu. Like, the original Count moves to England in the 1890s, while the German imitative character moves to Germany in the 1830s. Plus, Orlok has one more sinister trait which makes him even more threatening than Dracula. Orlok is a plague carrier. He drinks the blood of only one victim, but brings destruction to a whole town. Dracula is also far more able and willing to communicate. He speaks often, he gloats, he laughs, he chastises or encourages, while Orlok is almost silent, far nearer to the grave, far more inhuman. Dracula is also able to create other vampires. A part of his victims become vampires in their own turn, while Orlok is just a supernatural murderer. Nosferatu has always had a cult following. While Dracula is the mainstream canon vampire of cinema, video games and other media, Orlok is like his illegitimate son. The 1922 film was followed by a 1979 remake by Werner Herzog, and a 2023 re-remake by David Lee Fisher. The 2024 Eggers remake shows respect to both traditions, that of Stoker's bloodthirsty voivode and that of Murnau's plague-carrying Orlok. In the Eggers film, which is currently trendy, the vampire does look like a 15th to 17th century nobleman, with the hairstyle, moustache and surcoat of a Hungarian, Wallachian, Polish or Ruthenian nobleman. Now add the Eastern European accent. Let's talk about ethnic prejudice. It becomes quite obvious that the exotic vampire is just another embodiment of the Westerner's suspicion that a shady, gold-toothed, big business here type of Eastern European will try to seduce an innocent local beauty. This is the History and Mythology channel.
Please like, subscribe and share the precious substance of your life with us.
Nosferatu!